Uh-oh. 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 Yay. Yay. Okay. Hello. Ouch. Hola. A ver. No. Come on. Come on. Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Uh-oh. Hola. Hello. How are you? ¿Cómo están? Hello, Netflix. No, no Netflix. No, no Netflix. Facebook and YouTube. Oh boy. Ay, ahora es viernes. Ya merito. Ya merito weekend. Pero qué weekend. Todos los días son weekend ahora. ¿Verdad? Oh, aquí está Luz. Luz, no podemos decir apellidos. No apellidos. ¿Me oyen? Porque ahora tengo hearing aids y se me hace que estoy hablando muy fuerte, pero estoy hablando muy fuerte, sí o no. Pónganle sí, nada más pongan globitos y si no, no pongan nada. ¿Está muy fuerte mi voz? No, ¿verdad que no? Ojalá que no. Bueno, pues bájenle el volumen si está muy fuerte. Ok, ahora vamos a tener las lecturas del domingo, pero no, ya las leímos, así es que nomás vamos a ver cómo las podemos seguir, ¿verdad? Es lo importante. Estamos en Mateo 3, ¿verdad? 13. En la hierba mala y el trigo. A ver si me están cayendo mis lentitos aquí. A ver. Ahora sí. Ahora sí. A ver. Oh. Espérense. A ver. Ay. Ahora sí. Se me hace que ya. Ok. Tengo hearing aids ahora ya. Si quiero ahora puedo ir a la gente. Es Gloria. Gloria. A ver. Ahora que tenemos. La Biblia. Liz. Ok, no last names. ¿Me oyen? ¿Sí o no? Ay. Ahora está bien limpio mi desk. Deberían de verlo, está bien bonito. Hola. ¿Por qué dicen hola todo el tiempo? Hola, hello. Dicen hola. A ver, déjame ver. Ok. Ya puedo oír mejor con estos hearing aids. No están invisibles, pero están ok. Están all right. Si se oye tan claro ahora, gracias a Dios. Otra vez, Tarla, pobrecito, she doesn't have enough. She wants more, pobrecita, está sufriendo la niña. Yo soy Isabel. ¿Cómo está tu esposo, Tarla? Los buenos niños de Salesian High School. Mañana voy a estar con los alumni de Salesian High School por Zoom. Ojalá, a ver qué pasa. Está Otilia. Qué nombre. Bonito, sí. Otilia Flores Díaz. Oh, no last names. How are you? I'm supposed to be speaking in English now. Why am I speaking in Spanish? I do not know. Which class? Everybody in from 1962 to the year 2020. Because anybody can be in it. It's the Friends of Don Bosco, the Friends of Father Murphy. Well, he's like Don Bosco. He was my dad, my second dad. He was such a nice guy. Very nice man. Yes. Was I a good guy with him? Well, at the end, not really. I was kind of mean and ornery. I'm mean and ornery, but you never see that because I kind of hide it. You have to live with me for a couple of years There's Danny Gonzalez. Oops, I shouldn't say the last name. But he keeps on beating me in this little game that we're playing on the internet. I don't know why I lose. I know words, but he knows more words than I do, I think. So, can you hear me well? Because I have hearing aids now, and I can hear myself too loudly. But I don't know if you can hear me. How do you sign up for the games? You mean for the playing the game? You don't have to sign up. You just have to go to. I don't even know what the name of the game is. I forget the name of the game, but it's a word game, and you don't have to sign up. You just yeah, I can hear you. Okay, Daniel, do you know the name of the game we're playing? That you, I'm playing games with everybody in the whole world. It seems, especially in my parish, everybody wants to play me. I win most of the time. Hello, Linda. Is everybody there in your little family? Okay. So what's the name of the game? I forget. I can't remember the name of the game. Jeez, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Oops. I think I lost you. No, I didn't lose you. I forget. I forget the name of the game. Well, I'll find it and then I'll send it to you. Or send me an email and then I'll send it back to you. Or send me a message and I will message it back to you. So is everybody doing well? Is everybody doing okay? Hmm. I hope. I saw I have Netflix, so now I have a friend who comes over and we watch a movie, but good movies, not bad movies. And we watched a good movie, and I forget what it was. It was, it was just one of those escapist movies that entertain you, and then it's over. Oh, it was about these Irish guys that bomb with that little Chinese guy. What's his name? Chan. Yeah, it was pretty good. I liked it. Have you seen the two popes? That's not the kind of question that I want. I want a question about religion or a question about your lives or a question about what's going on or something, but not have you seen the two popes? Would love to hear what you think. Well, oh, about the two popes. I loved the movie. I think it was one of the best movies I've seen on that channel, and they should have given somebody an Academy Award like the one that played the Pope. He looked just like him. The other one didn't look like Benedict the 15th or whatever, 16th or 15th. But but he's so famous. Who cares whether he looked like him or not? What was his name? I forget his name. The actor that played that. He was on that movie about the guy that eats people. Anthony Hopkins, yes, that is he who it is. So you don't care what he plays. He is the Pope. He is whatever he's playing. So they were smart to do that because you can't get a guy who looks like the other one, Benedict. But that guy that played, what's his name? Pope Francis was perfect. I mean, he looked like him. He acted. He talked like him, like he knew Spanish, and he's an English actor, but he talked like the Pope. Joe Caldera. Hi, Joe. How you doing? I talked to Jimmy Garcia. You know Jimmy Garcia, I think, yes. And he's doing well. Barbara's doing well. Uh, yeah, I'm going to go visit them after this thing is over. They live by the mountains. Yeah, that was good. The confession scene was good. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We have a wonderful Pope. Yes, I want to hear about the prayer shawls. I have a prayer shawl. Yeah, I do. You want to know the significance of the prayer shawl? It's from ancient times. It's a Jewish thing. Um, it's got usually the rabbis use them, or the holy people, or the scribes. There was something where they covered their head. Let me write that down, and I will give you some answers tomorrow. Wow, wow, you okay? Can say that? I don't know what you said. What did I say, David? What did I say? Okay, prayer shawl. Tomorrow I will give you a whole history. You know what the nice thing is in the computer? is that you can get all the stuff I give you. It just knows where to get it. Just put Jewish prayer shawls. Shop. You look good for a 63 Mustang. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Well, you always look good anyway. So the good looking guy, the ladies' man, Joe. So anyway, mistyped. Oh, okay. Thank you, Daniel. He mistyped. Okay. So yeah. So no, I don't really look that good. It's just that I'm so holy, and holiness really not really. It doesn't happen that way. I look like I'm not holy. That's how well, the only thing holy in me is my t-shirts, and I won't ever say anything else. So you can say okay. Okay. So thank you. That's a very nice compliment, Joe. So today we're going to relax. I'm going to teach you a method of meditation that is really secular. A lot of psychologists use it. Holy like Swiss cheese. Thank you. That's very kind, Daniel. Cheese. That's interesting. Okay, so anyway, yeah. So we're going to do some meditation, but I think you'll like it. It's a really secular type of meditating. It's like what they call retreats now, and all it is they stole our title of meetings when you meet to revive your spiritual life. So now they have like business retreats. Where are you going? We're going to go on a retreat. Yeah, right. You're not even Catholic. So anyway, yeah, but that's nice. Nice that we can share our vocabulary. The nuances are amazing. But anyway, shall we stop talking and get down to the nitty gritty? So, and what about this thing about kids going back to school again? Jeez, I don't think it's a good idea. But there has to be some way that we can get people working and take care of the kids at the same time. It's not going to work. See, now we know how important parents are. Kids, like oh, you didn't, yeah, that was sure. Oh, all dad does is go to work, and they never comes home and does it. Yeah, well, now he's home all the time. Now you, now you know what it's like when you don't have enough money to do this or do that. Now you know. Did you ever think it would be like this? We're like everybody's on the equal now, rich, poor, middle class, whatever. We're all going through the same thing, and it's scary, and we need to relax. No, don't send them back. No, it's a sacrifice, but did you ever see Hunger Games? You know how I like to describe what's happening right now and all these people, politicos? Did you ever see the last Hunger Games? The something J, whatever you call it. Well, in the hunting games, there's a scene where the president, who's played by one of my favorite actors, I'm not going to tell you what movie I like him in because it's a no-no, but Sutherland plays the president, and he, hi, Bonnie, and okay, then I won't tell you. Well, I'll tell you anyway. Too bad if you don't want to just put your fingers like this, and I won't give you a, what do you call it when you, a spoiler. Okay, this is a spoiler warning. Okay, so it's like hi, Lisandro. That's a nice name. I love that name, Lisandro. But in the sending them back to school is like the president of this utopian, supposedly utopian country, invites all the children because they're being attacked by the revolutionaries. And he says, all the children first, so we'll save them. They'll come into my palatial gardens and they have safety there. Well, all the people send their kids up. And then these little parachutes come down with little silver buckets. And everybody's going, oh, I wonder what that is. And then when they land on the kids, they blow them to bits. It was horrible. You know, well, that's what I would say is happening now when you have these kids to go back to school just because P wants, well, I'm not going to say who he, because it's people want. One political group wants to win. And the only way they'll win is to see the economy better itself. And it's not going to happen. Whether the kids go back to school or they don't go back to school, it's just not going to happen. It's just horrible what's happening now. And we're going to lose a lot of children, I think. That's my uninformed opinion. But I'd be scared to send my kids if I had any kids. Although I have you. You are my kids. Can you imagine that? They didn't call me father for nothing, but I'm an unwed father. I mean, I'm not married, okay? And although in the Catholic Church we do have married priests, did you know that? How many, if you knew that we had Catholic priests who are married in the Catholic Church, our church, press your little hearts or your little faces, your little happy faces, if you knew that we have Catholic married priests allowed. Yeah. Oh, there's Tim and I. Who's Tim and I? Oh, Tim and I. Okay. Hi, Tim and I. Rebecca, how are you doing? Rebecca's one of these sopranos that will surprise you. She's a wow soprano. She sings opera, operatic voice. Oh no, it's Self is watching again. I hate it when they put Self or Mimi or Hoo Hoo or Wawa because then I don't know who it is, but I know who this is. And she's got a big old son that plays football. Yes. Okay, I will wait. I'm still trying to wrap my head around Protestantism. Can you explain the schism? Yes, it was. It was. I will try to explain it, but I know it's Graciela. And so I will try to explain to you in very, very quickly. Okay. The Catholic Church at one point was trying to rebuild, well, to build, finish building and decorating St. Peter's Basilica, the largest Catholic, the largest, I think, the Christian church in the world. And although the longest uninterrupted aisle or nave, or what do you call it, is St. John the Divine in New York. The only thing that doesn't make it the largest is that it isn't the largest, just the walkway all the way to the altar is uninterrupted. In St. Peter's, it goes this way. See, so it's interrupted. So it's not like all the way straight down. It's like in a cross form. So St. John has the largest aisle in the world. And St. Peter's is the largest Christian church. In fact, if you go to St. Peter's, and the floor, they tell you this is how far this church goes. This is how big this church is. This is how big this church shows you the show offs. But okay, so the Protestant Revolt happened because the church was like a kingdom before, and the Pope was the king, and he looked over the 16 states. I think my mind isn't working today, and he had states. I mean, the central part of Italy belonged to the Pope, and they had to pay taxes to him and everything. And he wore crowns, and even it got to the point where one of the popes, I think it was just the second, he was wielding a sword and all that, and leading his little army here and there. Okay, that was then. And what happened was that while they were building the church, this is kind of started the whole thing, but it wasn't that. It was more than that. And so they were saying that if you give money to build this huge big church, because they needed funds, they were running out of money. So they said, if you give money, every time you give money, a soul goes up to heaven. Okay, that's what they said, but what they meant, God only knows. So they were really, that's a travesty. That's ugly. And did it happen? Did it happen? Almighty God doesn't play that game, but they did. And they made lots of money. And so they say every time you hear a ting, a soul goes up to heaven. Give me a break. So then that's what Martin Luther thought. He was an Augustinian monk, he was a priest. And see, he was right. The church was going through a lot of stuff like, today, the 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 abuse of children. But see, in those days, the church was in charge, and anybody said anything against the church, and they would throw an interdict on them. That means that you couldn't have mass, you couldn't have burials, you couldn't have weddings, you couldn't have confessions, and all that. So then the people would revolt against whatever the king or the prince or the duke or whoever was in charge of that certain area of the country. There weren't nations there. Remember, there were kingdoms and fiefdoms and all kinds of things all over. So that's why if you go to Germany today, one place is here it's Protestant, the other one here is Catholic, the other one's Protestant, over here it's Catholic, over here it's Protestant, because they went with whomever they thought was correct or right. Well, Martin Luther, he was used by the princes of that time. See, that's where he went a little bit to the to have a lot of difficulties because then they see the princes wanted to get away from or the leaders or whoever was leading these nations wanted to get away from the power of the pope who had a lot of power at that time, temporal power, not spiritual power. We're talking about like the president of the United States controlling all the states. So in a way, so bad comparison. But so what happened was that the princes took advantage of him, and they said, "We'll back you up." So they did, and then he broke away. Well, it wasn't just a quick break. He went up to one of the churches there in Germany, and he posted these statements against the church. And they asked him to come and refute them, and he had a big discussion. And he says, "Forget you guys," and he says, I'm gonna begin the real church, the real Catholic Church, and then that's how the Lutherans got it started. And then if that wasn't enough, it's weird because it happened almost at the same time in England. Henry VIII, he was called the defender of the faith, and it was on his in the money and the coins. It was his base, and then defender of the faith. And all of a sudden he wasn't having kids, and he wanted to have a kid to, he wanted to have hegemony. He wanted to have somebody that would go after him and carry the family name. And so his first wife wasn't giving him any kids, so he wanted to marry another lady, and they didn't give him his divorce papers or not divorce. We don't have a divorce in the Catholic Church. Annulment, that it wasn't really a real marriage, and the Pope said no, it was. So then he got very very angry. He says, "Okay, then I'll start my own church," and he did. And now we have the Anglicans. And who's the head of the Anglican Church? The Queen today. She's the head of their church, just like he made himself the head of the church. And so we had that rupture. So now we have England, and then we have what do you call it? The Germans, and then they started spreading their beliefs. And some people, like in France, it was the Huguenots against the Roman Catholics, and it went like that. Spain was the one that just flat out Roman Catholic, and that was it. Um, and yeah, but that's how it began. Just takes one person, just like this black guy that they choked and killed. One guy, and look what it did. And this was instantaneous. And the reason why Protestantism spread was because they had just invented the printing press with movable type. Well, the movable type, where they could just imprint and print and put it out, put it in instead of, you know, um, carving everything out. Oh, so then you could spread more literature around quickly. Okay, so well, that's it, kind of just look at Protestantism and Google it, and you'll see it explains it much better than I do. I'd love to go visit where. Does anybody want to go on a tour to Rome? I can give you a tour. I lived there for six weeks, And then I was there for another week. And then I was there for another week. And then I was there for another week because people kept on inviting me to be their spiritual director or just to be going with them. I never asked to go. And, but I've really lived a good Salesian life. I've been going everywhere, and not because I want to, and not because I have money, because I don't. We're supposed to be poor people. We take the vow of poverty, and you guys keep it. But anyway, yeah. So let's go to Rome. I'll make a tour, and then we'll all go after this pandemic thing, which is ridiculous. Okay. Oh, it's very hard to shoot. Okay. Oh, it's very hard. Okay. So that's how the schism broke. But we call it more a revolution. A schism is when they still believe everything that your church believes, except they don't want to be under the Pope. That's all. That's in the Orthodox Church. Now, we can go into that too later on. There's also the Greek Church and then the Greek Orthodox Church. And unfortunately, Orthodox means that, you follow what's really real. He's Orthodox. That means he's following and in this case, they're not following the Pope, and they should kind of. Not really. We should be nice to them. Okay, I don't understand this. It's a very hard issue. What do you think about Catholic music composers David Haas abuse on women? You know what? I didn't even know that. When did that happen? That's sad. What do I think? Any abuse is horrible. That's disgusting. Shame. The Vatican is astounded. I was floored. So much art. You went to the Vatican? Ooh. Um, the sanctuary is amazing. I've never seen stone do what it did. Yeah, right. It's amazing. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. Now, yeah, the printing press. That's what I meant. And then they had movable type after that because before they had to copy it all with a little pen made out of a feather. That was, and they did it by hand. The monks, you got to hand it to them. Get it? You got to hand it to them. Okay, Kelly, man, Kelly. Oh, my niece. So, yeah, okay, okay. They call it printing assistants. Yes, the printing devils. Very good. Hi, Vatican was amazing. I know. Did you go to the Vatican? Lucky, lucky. I'd love to take my parents. Let's take them. I stayed at the Via de Quarta Fontanella. Well, when we went, we stayed in a villa, only because everything was like given to us. I mean, it was like we were up in the hills in a villa in Rome, and then when we were in Turin, because we took a Don Bosco trip, it was really great. We were very fortunate. We have, I don't know, the Salesians are very fortunate. It's all over the news. The Catholic Church wants to remove his music from the hymnal. No, you cannot remove the music from his end of his contract. Yes, we should end this contract, but if it's music, why should you destroy it? Because somebody committed a sin. Look at the sins of St. Augustine, and he became a great saint. But he never abused people. He just had sex with another woman and had a kid and, left him and became a priest and then a bishop. Interesting. Okay. Wow, you win. Okay, what happened? Wow, I win. I don't understand what he's talking about. Oh, there's going to be a march for Christians in Fresno due to closing of the churches. There should be. That's anti-Catholic. I think, again, the Masons, they're anti-Catholic. They really are. They'll spend their money to attack the church. And yet now they're saying, well, the Pope said it's okay to be a Mason. Are you crazy? No, that's a lie. The thing that they have is, and they're good people. They do good things, the Shriners and all that, but their main objective is to destroy the church. Read their little book. Oh, jeez. It's too bad because they're good people, but they destroyed their leader. They burned him alive, and so from then on, the hatred of the church. But anyway, that's life. What are you going to do? Boy, you stayed at the Palazzo Bourbon. Wow, that's nice. Ben is what? Oh, hi, Ben. How are you? So let's do this now. Oh, we spend a lot of time. Okay, now don't forget to go to Mass. And remember, we prepared you for the Mass by going over the readings. And we talked about the man who planted the bad seed, and then there was a good seed. And then the man who was in charge the owner said, well, let's just let them both grow together, and then we'll take my enemy's bad plants out of the place and throw them in the fire. But he said, let them be. So it shows you that God is the grower was God, the owner was God, and he's nice to us. He goes, you're doing bad things. You're watching stuff on the computer that isn't good. You're being unfaithful to your wife. You're being unfaithful to your husband. You're not taking care of your kids. You're spending all your money gambling. You're doing all the sins that we do. But you know what? I love you, and I'm gonna keep on trying to get you back, and you that are good keep you good, and etc. Even though all of us are sinners, except Jesus wasn't, and he was a man. He could. It's amazing, isn't it? Did he make mistakes? Yes, he cut the wood the wrong way. And St. Joseph says, again, Jesus. Jesus. No, he didn't say that. And then he made a mistake in saying that the mustard seed was the smallest seed in the world. And we know we have nano seeds now. And so he was wrong. But was he wrong? No, at his time he wasn't. Just like when we said the atom is the smallest particle in the world when I was in grammar school. No, now we have the nano stuff again. Bring it back. And so we make mistakes, big deal. He did, but he never sinned. That means to actually think, I'm going to do something evil, and I'm going to do it. I don't care. And then when they do it, they go, oh no, I did something bad. Look at what happened to Adam and Eve. Boy, they really got punished. But they didn't get punished. They punished themselves. God just carried it out. He does not punish people. We do ugly things. Don't start saying we have the pandemic because we're bad and God wants to bring us back to Him. If He wanted to bring us back to Him, He would give us more pandemic and give us storms and everything. And then after that, make up a prayer that, if we prayed it, we'd get close to Him, and then we wouldn't catch the stuff. There's all kinds of things you could do, but He's not like that. Nature takes its course. From Adam and Eve till now, all these little things kept on creeping up and changing and morphing and everything else. And it's not God. There are laws in this world, and sometimes things that are growing around don't follow the laws. So we get all these things. In the end, even if we suffer, God will be there for us. And at the end, if we die, and we offer up our sufferings. That's why we do that. Not that God wants us. Oh, I'm going to suffer. I won't take aspirins or Tylenol or something. No, take it. Try to get rid of it. But if you can't, then offer it up. That would be good for your sins or for somebody who's suffering more than you and things like that. Christians have really a nice life of helping others through how we live and what we do. How long do we have to stay inside? Inside of what? Rebecca, how long do we have to stay inside? I don't understand. How long do we have to stay inside? I don't have a reference for that. So um, so I'm going to teach you how to do some type of meditation, which you probably already know. But this will really, how long did the people of the Passover pandemic have to stay inside? No, I wasn't talking about the Passover pandemic. I was talking about our pandemic. Sorry. Well, in Israel, it was just overnight. Can you imagine? Remember, they locked themselves up, and the next day, the Pharaoh said, "Get these people out of here." You could call it a pandemic. Yeah, all the kids died. The firstborn of everything, animals, kid, everything. It was horrible. How long do you have to stay inside for this pandemic? I don't know. Until I would stay inside until they find a vaccine. I wouldn't go out there that much. Although I go out to this place. I shouldn't mention it, but the burritos are so good. It takes me 21 minutes to go there. It's on Balboa, but it's called Chino's Taqueria. I shouldn't mention it because this is not a program to mention stores. I'm not advertising. I'm just telling you where I went, and I've already gone there 3 times. They're very, very inexpensive, not cheap. The meat is excellent. It's carne asada, but you can get any kind of meat, any kind of meat, and they put it for you right there. And the tortillas are this big. and you can take green tortillas or brown tortillas or white tortillas. I'm very racist. I use the white tortillas. And then I put just the beans. The beans are so delicious. And then then cheese, and then a little bit of green chili and guacamole. What kind did it take you to? Gracias Maria. Forget Gracias Maria. Come to this place. It's vegetarian and it's so good. You would love it. Well, it's everything. You would love it. You would. I'm sad. I really want to go to Gracie's murder. Well, no, I'm. We can go to that too. Don't get all sad. You're sad because we have this pandemic. So anyway, that's a good place. That's a very good place. I would recommend it. Except they said that they were going to close at 10, and then one day we went and it closed at 8. And I was hungry that day, and I was very angry. So anyway, I went the next day before 8, and we had a great time. It's called Chinos, like Chinese, Taqueria. Okay, Chinos, Taqueria. It's on Balboa and 31st, 35th, something like that. It's on the other side of the park. Going this way, that way. Golden Gate Park. Okay, enough of this Taqueria stuff. Let's do our meditation. Okay, are you ready? You have to close your eyes and you have to put your feet your legs at a. This is your leg and this is your feet. Oops, leg and feet. It should be at a 90-degree angle. Okay, your laps and then your straight down. Just and then put your. Well, it's not 31st. It's around there. 31st, 34th, 35th. You'll see it. Just Google it. Okay, quiet. Good. Okay, so everybody has to keep quiet. Now, if there are kids there and they're making a mess, just watch the technique. I mean, listen to the technique and then do it at night when you're asleep and the little monsters are asleep. I mean, your wonderful little kids, lovely kids are asleep. And then you do it. And you can do it in your bed too. You don't have to have your legs like I'm doing it. But it's nice to be straight. And you can do it in your bed straight and then do it. First of all, close your eyes and then listen to your breath. Breathe through your mouth so you can listen to it. Or if you can do it through your nose too. And then blow out. Take it in. And blow it out. You can do it through your nose. Take it in. And blow it out. Take it in. And blow it out. You can also do it through your nose and your mouth, or your mouth through your nose. Okay, so let's just do it through our mouth today. So you can hear it going in and going out. Going in and going out. Remember, your hands should be flat on your lap, okay, towards your knees. Take it in and blow it out. Remember, your eyes should be closed unless you have kids. They'll probably burn the house down if you don't watch them. As you're taking your breath, make sure you're breathing. Otherwise, you're going to stop breathing or something. Make sure you're breathing in and out. And as you're doing that, start thinking of your feet. Close your eyes, and your feet are beginning to come very relaxed. Your toes are so relaxed. They're just like butter, just melting away in relaxation. Breathing in and breathing out. And then the relaxation is going up your legs, okay? And it's going up your legs and up towards your knees. You feel a relaxation going up to your knees, okay, up your knees. And the relaxation, you can feel it just traveling up your legs from your feet. And they're going up, and you feel very relaxed. Now it's up, reached your knees, and it's going up your legs. You feel the relaxation. You're breathing in, and you're breathing out, and your breath is slowing down, breathing in, and breathing out, slowing down your breath. Now the relaxation is traveling up your lap and the back of your legs. Okay. very relaxed, coming up, coming up. The relaxation is traveling up to your abs, your six pack, yeah, right, your one pack, and it's going up and also behind. You feel the relaxation traveling behind your back, your lower back, and up your spine. Just relax, and your breathing is slowing down. Slowing down, your breathing is slowing down. And now the relaxation is traveling up your chest, going up to your chest, towards your neck and your upper back. All your muscles are just letting go in relaxation. And your breath slowing down, slower and slower. Now you feel the relaxation and the palms of your hand. It's traveling up over your hands. Every finger is being relaxed. You just can't move your hand. It's just there in relaxation. Going up your wrists, your forearms. You feel the relaxation traveling around your elbows, going up to your triceps, biceps, just relaxing you. And then going up towards your neck, and all around you, feel the relaxation traveling up around your neck, going up to your chin, and going up to your cheeks, and your nose and your lips are just totally relaxed. Your eyelids are glued in relaxation. You can't open them, they're so relaxed. And the relaxation is traveling up the back of your head and up to the top of your head. And now you are totally relaxed. But more, you're going to be more relaxed. You're going to be more relaxed. And the relaxation is traveling slowly, slowly, slowly up, up. Now I'm going to count from 10 to 1, and we're going to be very, very relaxed. Hi, hi, hi. Okay, sorry. Now we're going to go deeper and deeper into relaxation, the relaxation, and we're going to go from 10 to 1, and we're going to go deeper and deeper into relaxation. 10, 9, your breath is slowing down. 8, 7, deeper and deeper into relaxation. 6, 5, your breathing is very, very slow. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're in the deepest state of relaxation you ever felt in your life. And now you're floating in a river. You look up and you can see the sun shining and a blue sky, and you can't go down. You can't sink because it's a beautiful river that doesn't allow you to sink. So you're just floating on your back and you're floating. And all of a sudden you float out into the ocean, and then you come back toward the sand of the beach, and it's a beautiful beach. You can see it. It's all the white sand. You come up on the beach, you walk on the beach, and all of a sudden you turn around and you see somebody coming towards you in the beach, getting closer and closer. And you look, and it's Jesus. And he comes and he wraps his arms around you, and you wrap your arms around him, and he gives you a kiss on your cheek. And he's so happy with you. And he says, "Come, let us go look at this beautiful throne, and guess who's on it? It's my dad. So let's go see my dad, okay? My father and your father." So you go with him. You're walking toward this huge, huge throne that's made out of lightnings and lights, and it's just beautiful. And there he is, God the Father, and he says, "Hello, my son." And he's going to tell you something. He's going to give you a secret that only you can hear. None of us will be able to hear it, and he's going to tell you something nice on how to be nice to other people, how to whatever. So just listen to him. And now he says, I have to let you go. You have to get back because it's time for you to go. So he lets you go, and then you say goodbye, and then Jesus takes you to the edge of the ocean and the sand there, and he says goodbye, gives you another hug, and says, "I'll see you soon. Come back and visit me anytime." And then you get into the water and you start floating back. Now you're going to say the Our Father very, very slowly, and then you're going to come back into the room. Okay? Our Father. You say it at your own rate. As soon as you feel like you want to open your eyes, open your eyes. Okay, I'm back. Some of you aren't back yet, but I have to say goodbye. So, what did you think? If you liked it, you may push your little button. I'm sorry. Somebody banged on the window at the most delicate part of this, and I should have put a note out there. Please do not disturb. But the poor father, he didn't know. So I went out and I yelled at him. I said, "Get away, get away." No, I didn't. So did you like it? You can press your little hearts or your little faces, funny faces, and all that if you liked it. Okay, we can do that every day because you need to relax. And we can do different types of meditation. There's all kinds. And yeah, it's great. It's great to do that. You do that every morning or every evening. You can do that. And you can. You can go on with this meditation. So anyway, thank you. Nice seeing you again. Hi, Andy, and have a nice day. And I'll give you a blessing. May Almighty God bless you, the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and keep you safe. And don't forget, have a burrito. They're really good. Take care. Bye bye. Bye bye.